This is the story of a little girl named Caylee Anthony, a mother named Caylee Anthony, and a case that shocked the entire world. It is a story of love, lies, mystery, and a trial that left millions of people angry and confused. The sun was rising in Orlando, Florida, when Cindy Anthony picked up her phone and dialed 911. Her voice was shaking. She told the operator something no grandmother ever wants to say. "My granddaughter, Caylee, has been missing for 31 days. 31 days. The operator paused. Confused. Cindy continued. She said her daughter, Casey, had been telling story after story about where Caylee was staying with a babysitter, going on a trip, being with friends, but none of it made sense anymore. Cindy also said something else, something chilling. My daughter's car smells like there has been a dead body in it. The line went silent for a moment, and just like that, one of the biggest true crime cases in America began. Caylee Anthony was 22 years old, a young mother, a girl who loved to go out with friends, loved attention, and often lied, even about small things. But now, the lies were bigger, more confusing, more dangerous. When police asked Casey about Caylee, she calmly told them that Caylee had been with a babysitter named Zanny for a month. But the truth was terrifying. There was no babysitter, there never had been. Casey took detectives on a strange tour, places she claimed she worked, places she said the babysitter lived. But every door they knocked on led nowhere. It was lies on top of lies, and somewhere in those lies, a little girl was missing. Police searched the Anthony home. They searched Casey's car. They searched the neighborhood, and soon, they found something disturbing. A cadaver dog, trained to detect the smell of a dead body, alerted on Casey's car trunk. Inside, investigators found something small but important. A hair, a single hair that looked exactly like Caylee, but with a dark band around the root. Experts said this band appears only when a hair comes from a decomposing body. The evidence was growing. They also searched Casey's computer. What they found raised even more questions. Searches about chloroform, how to make chloroform, how to use chloroform, who was searching those things, and why. While the search continued, Casey was in jail, refusing to tell the truth. Weeks passed, months passed. Then, everything changed. A meter reader discovered a trash bag in a wooded area near the Anthony home. Inside the bag were the remains of little Caylee Anthony. Country cried. The Anthony family broke, and Casey became the prime suspect. In 2011, the courtroom was packed. Millions watched on TV. The prosecution told a simple but heartbreaking story. Casey didn't want to be a mother anymore. Caylee was in the way of Casey's party lifestyle. Casey used chloroform to knock her out, then used tape to finish the job. She put the body in her car. Later, she dumped it near the house. They showed evidence, the hair, the smell, in the car. The chloroform searches Casey partying while Caylee was missing, too many people watching. The case looked open and shut, but then came the defense. They claimed Caylee drowned accidentally in the family pool. They said Casey panicked. They said Casey lied because she was raised to lie. There was no proof of drowning. No proof of an accident. Nothing solid. But the defense created doubt. And in America, doubt can set you free. On July 5, 2011, the jury walked into the courtroom. The world held its breath. The judge asked, on the charge of first-degree murder, how do you find the defendant? The foreperson replied, not guilty. Gasps filled the room. Millions watching dropped their jaws. Caylee Anthony, the most hated woman in America, was free. She was only convicted of 4 counts of lying to police. She had already spent enough time in jail, so she was released shortly after. The public exploded with anger. Protests were held. TV channels ran angry debates. People still talk about the case today, because the truth is, no one knows what really happened to Caylee Anthony. Casey disappeared from public life. Some say she lives quietly under a new identity. Some say she still believes she did nothing wrong. Cindy and George Anthony, Caylee's grandparents, lost their granddaughter forever. Their family was torn apart. Caylee became a symbol, a reminder of justice not served, of a system that sometimes fails, and of how one small child can touch millions of hearts. In the end, we are left with questions. Questions about truth, about lies, about justice. Was Caylee Anthony guilty, or was the truth lost somewhere between the evidence, the emotions, and the courtroom drama? We may never know, but one thing is certain: the world will never forget little Caylee Anthony.